Faye Morgan. And Ms. Morgan's charged with theft of property and cause number 24 DCCR 2102. Mr. Kurtz?
We have an offer for resolution in the case. Ms. Morgan has indicated initially that she wants to go to trial, but she's got a number of things that she wants me to look at in terms of evidence, and she wants me to present to the state prior to rejecting the very, I think, reasonable offer that the state is making, or the reasonable option that the state
So
is
here's the
giving us.
thing, Ms. Morgan, I'm going to address you on this. Mr. Gertz has been your attorney for over 6 months now. So if there's information that you think is important, you should have been getting that to him 5 months ago. So I'm going to reset the case one more time. This is the last reset. So whatever information you need or get to him or think is important, get that to him so he can get it to Ms. Malfino. And at the next court date, if there's a resolution, great. If not, then we'll get it moved to the trial docket.
Okay, thank you,
Okay?
Judge.
All right, you're free to go. All right, so Mr. Spites tested positive for THC, and so obviously sometime within the last 30 days or so, he's used marijuana, because typically that's how long, which means that he used marijuana after he pled guilty on a felony. He pled to an enhanced second degree. I've got pages of criminal history here. And you would think, Mr. Spites, that based on what Ms. Hawkins is telling me about your family situation and your children, that you would be able to figure this out on your own and stay clean so that you didn't, number one, go to prison. I don't even have to accept this plea agreement. I mean, you've got 3 prior convictions, a state jail felony from 2019, from 2019, credit debit card abuse from 2021, and then an unlawful possession of a firearm.
Pay close attention here, because this is not just another scheduling change. The judge is making it very clear that patience is running out. What happens next could determine whether this case gets resolved or heads straight to trial.
Offer that Ms. Hawkins and I discussed was that jurisdictional type issue that she addressed with the court, and also the fact that there ended up being no restitution that's owed to any individual.
Okay, and I appreciate that argument that Ms. Hawkins made, but it's also important, and I would hope that other judges in other counties would find it just as important, that if you're going to get charged, wherever you're going to get charged, that they take into consideration that just because you didn't steal from someone in our county, you stole from someone in some county, right? And so we got you here, but somebody's a victim, and it's important to me, and hopefully important to every judge in the state of Texas, that we kind of look out for each other in each other's counties. So I get that you were just traveling through, probably lucky that we got you, because who knows what would have happened at that point if you ever would have gotten caught, and that's not fair no matter what county the crime is actually committed in. Does that make sense? Based on everything that is being offered to you and what the pre-sentence talks about with regard to drug usage, the only way I'm going to go forward with this is with some inpatient ISF up front. So it's not necessarily meant to be a punishment. It will probably feel like it a little bit, but if you're going to be successful in the rest of your life and be there for your children, then you got to figure out how to stay clean and make some better decisions. So that's what's going to happen today. Any reason not to go forward with sentencing at this point?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Just my only concern with that is the other pending cases in Fort Bend and adjacent county. I don't know why it's simply taking long.
What are the court, or do you represent them in Fort Bend?
Not
And
Fort Bend, Judge, no. I have his attorney's information up there.
and what about the Harris County?
I do represent
That abating?
I do represent him in Harris County.
I just don't, I'm trying to think of logistically, because I mean, one thing that I can do, I'm just not inclined to let Mr. Spites walk out today on a probation when he tests positive with this kind of history and with technically 4 felony cases pending in 3 different counties. So,
I have to ask Judge, my next question was going to be, is there typically a report date that could be given for ISF from the attorneys
No.
on in for it?
no. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to order it. And then once he's in custody, if you'll let obviously Harris County know that he is in custody. And if they will put a hold on him and come get him, I'll release the ISF hold while he goes and takes care of with that. Same thing with Fort Bend. But then if those are going to be probations or whatever happens, we'll put our hold back on once he's gone. So that when he finishes those counties, we've still got him for ISF. Sometimes what happens if that process takes a really lengthy time, then potentially if I feel like it's a
Pay close attention here because this is not just another scheduling change. The judge is making it very clear that patience is running out. What happens next could determine whether this case gets resolved or heads straight to trial.
he's not walking out of here today, so we'll do it that way. If you'll get with his attorney in Fort Bend County, the sooner they get something set and get a hold on him, the better, okay? That way he can get transferred, get those cases taken care of.
And I'll reach out to those DA offices, Judge.
Perfect.
Maybe with the court's order, they would be willing to negotiate their
Something
cases.
quickly.
Yes.
So, Mr. Spites, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find
This is the moment everything has been leading toward. Every decision, every argument, and every warning now comes down to what the judge says next. Watch closely because the outcome is finally about to be revealed, and just like that, the judge made his decision. The defendant avoided an even worse outcome, but it came with strict conditions and no easy way out. Another courtroom reminder that second chances are valuable, but they only matter if someone is willing to change.